Marhaban bikum. This is Ayub Palmer back again with Qasid Online's Arabic Letters series. And this is the 9th video in our Arabic Letters series, and we'll be learning about the Ra and the Damma Tanween. You can take out your writing worksheet and follow along with this video if you wish to do so. For those who don't have the worksheets that accompany this video series, please fill out the form at the end of the video and Qasid will have them sent to you. Let's get started. So in this lesson we have 4 main objectives again. Our first objective is to pronounce the letter Ra, and we'll write it like this in transliteration. Ra and the Damma Tanween. So these are the two letters we're going to learn about today. The second is to recognize the Ra and the Damma Tanween when we see them in a word. So we're going to practice doing that. And the third objective is to write the Ra and the Damma Tanween in their different forms. Now, remember again that Arabic letters have 4 positions, right? Now the Ra has 2 forms out of the 4 positions, like the Dal and like the Alif and the Waw and the Dal that we discussed previously. Now the Damma Tanween, like the Kasra and the Kasra Tanween and the Damma, are written above the word. So they don't have, the Damma Tanween does not have a position like the other letters. Rather, it is written above a given letter. Our fourth objective here is to pronounce and write the Ra and the Damma Tanween in a word. And the word that we have for today is dar. Dar. And when we pronounce it with the Damma Tanween, it's going to be pronounced as darun. Darun. And darun means a house. Means a house, like the house we have here to the right. And this is a word that's used a lot in Arabic, so this is a good vocabulary word to remember. Let's look at how to pronounce these letters. So here we have the Ra in Arabic, and the Ra is like the R in English. However, it's not exactly the same. It's not exactly the same. So that's why we like to use the R as in the word rod, because this R is a little closer to the Ra than the R in some other words, other words in English. So the Ra in Arabic is a little bit closer to the back of the teeth, the back of the front teeth. Ra, Ra, not R as in English. The English R, the R, the tongue moves back a bit. Instead, the Ra in Arabic, the tongue is actually closer to the back of the front teeth. So that's a little bit of a difference there. Now, the Damma Tanween is actually 2 Dammas. 2 Dammas written together on top of a word. Now this circle here represents, letter, represents a given letter. right? Now, you may be wondering what this thing looks like, because if you can notice here, this here looks like a what? It looks like a dhamma, right? Now, this part of the Dhamma Tanween is actually a shorthand, because the Dhamma Tanween is supposed to look like this. Okay, and I can write my little circle here that's supposed to represent a letter. So the Dhamma Tanween is supposed to look like this. However, when written in shorthand or written quickly, the Dhamma Tanween is sometimes written like this. And you see this little squiggle there represents the second Dhamma. So this is the first way that we write it, like this, is actually the full form of the Dhamma Tanween, and this here is a shorthand, just so you don't get confused. Okay, let's look at where our Ra and Dhamma Tanween show up on our chart. And again, we're going from right to left, and here's our Ra here, and our Dhamma Tanween is here. Okay. Now, let's move on and let's look at the Ra in its 4 different positions. So again, we have 4 positions for each letter. Now, the independent position, the Ra, is going to look like this. Okay? And it's going to dip below the line. So this is the line here, and the Ra is going to dip below the line. Now, in the initial position, the Ra is going to look the same. Okay? Just like that. And in the medial position, the Ra will look like that. And in the final position, the Ra will again look like this. So as you can see, there are 2 forms for the Ra that represent the 4 positions, just like the Dal and the Dhal and the Alif and the Waw that came before. Now, if we're going to write the Ra with the Dhamma Tanween, we write it like this. We have the Ra here, and again, this is our line. And then we write 2 Dhammas on top of it. Run. And it's pronounced like this. Run. And this is, again, independent and initial positions. Now, in the medial and final position, the Ra again looks like this. And with the Dhamma Tanween, it looks like that. And this is, if this is our line, looks like that. Run. Run. Okay. Let's write this letter together. And I'm going to change my color to yellow. So now we're going to write the Ra here. So we're going to write the Ra here in the independent position. And it goes like that. Not too difficult. Again, comes a little bit above the line and then dips below the line like that. Ra. Like this. We go this way, this direction. Again, one more time. Ra. Now in the initial position, again, it looks the same. Ra. 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 Now, in the medial position, the Ra will connect to a letter, come up just a bit. Notice this little notch here, and then we'll do it again. Ra. Ra. Now the ra here connects here, but does not connect to what comes after it, like the dal and the dhal and the alif. Okay, let's see. Let's do that again. I'm going to actually go back. Sorry about that. Okay, now in the fourth position, we have the, again, it looks the same. Ra, like this. In the final position, ra. In the final position, ra. Okay, now let's move on, and we'll look at the ra in, we'll say the ra with Damma Tanween. Okay, so again, here we're talking about, because the ra looks the same for the independent and initial positions, we're going to write it like this. We'll only do it once. And then we write our Damma Tanween like this. Okay? Again, write the Damma Tanween, 2 Dammas, run. Like this, with 2 Dammas, run. Now, again, when I showed you the shorthand way of writing it, is to write it like this. And the nice way of doing this is that you can do it all in one stroke. So that's another way of writing the Damma Tanween. Okay? These are the same. Okay, now let's do the medial position and the final position. Here we connect and do the ra like this. And put 2 Dammas. Can connect, ra, and 2 Dammas, and connect and do the ra and 2 Dammas. Again, if we want to do it in the shorthand, we write it like this. Okay? And again, these are all ways to write the ra with the Damma Tanween on top, and we pronounce it run. Okay? Let's write these letters now in a word. Okay, so we have the word darun, meaning a house. So if we remember, the ra in the independent and the initial position looks like this, and in the medial and the final positions looks like this. So we have darun, we have a dal. Okay, remember that from previous lesson. And the dal does not connect to what comes after it. So we're going to add here an alif, because the alif connects to what comes before it. But if a letter precedes it that doesn't connect to what comes after it, then we have to write the alif like this. So that's why we have to write the alif in the independent position. Okay, and this is in the initial position. And here, remember, the alif doesn't connect to what comes after it. So we're going to write the ra. The ra does connect to what comes before it, but it can't because the alif doesn't connect to what comes after it. So we're going to write the ra here, and then we're going to write the Damma Tanween. But remember, the Damma Tanween is going to sit on top of the ra. So when we write this together, it's going to look like this. Dal, alif, ra, Damma Tanween. Darun, meaning a house. Now, where does the a come from? If you remember, when we talked about the kasra tanween, we said that the tanween has the meaning of indefiniteness. So this tanween here has the meaning of a or an in English. So if we say darun, it means a house. Let's write this a few times together. Okay, we're writing the darun. Okay, actually we write this as an A like this. Darun. Let's write it together. So dal, alif, ra, damma tanween. Darun. Dal, alif, ra, and I'm going to write it in the shorthand this time. Darun. One more time. Dal, alif, ra, darun. Okay, let's recap what we've done so far. So the letter Ra in Arabic is like the letter R in English, as in the word rod. Now, again, the Ra also differs slightly from the English R. We have to remember that the Ra is closer to the back of the front teeth, the tip of the tongue touching the back of the front teeth. Okay? The Kasra Tanween makes the sound un. Un. It's the Dhamma, the U sound, with the nunation or the N sound connected to it. And the letter Ra connects to letters that come before it, but not to letters that come after it, just like the Alif and the Waw and the Dal and the Dhal before. For example, in the third position, the Ra looks like this. It connects to what comes before it, but does not connect to what comes after it. Now the Kasra Tanween is written as two dhammas above the letter. So if we have a Ra here, it will look like this, two dhammas, run. It can also be written in shorthand like this, run. And the Dhamma Tanween can be written on any letter. So for example, we had the Dal before, it could be dun. The Dhal, dhun. The Ta, tun. Okay, let's talk about our homework. Please download the writing worksheet and practice writing the Ra and the Dhamma Tanween on your writing worksheet and upload that to the course website. And also don't forget your reading worksheet to practice pronouncing the Ra and the Dhamma Tanween. And if you don't have our worksheet that goes along with this video, but you would like to get our entire set of writing worksheets that accompany these video tutorials, please see the instructions at the end of this video or in the text blurb below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you back here again. Ma'as salama.